Alright, welcome to Critics Corner with the LEAP program, where we review comic books, movies, sports, games, toys, anything that we enjoy sharing with each other. And today we're going to be talking about more comic books. Today I'm going to be reviewing my absolute favorite comic book of all time. This is a collected edition of a 4-part miniseries that came out in 1996, written by the incredible comics writer Mark Waid, who has just recently finished a fantastic Daredevil run by Marvel that you might want to pick up. And my favorite comics artist of all time, which is Alex Ross. So this is the book Kingdom Come. Again, it's a collected edition of the 4-part miniseries by the same name, Kingdom Come. There are several things that I love about this book. First of all, the art just blows me away. You can see the cover here, and I've got this in various poster forms. I love how Alex Ross, the fold-out cover here, I have the deluxe edition, the hardback edition. So this, even though this hurts me to fold it out like that, it doesn't hurt me that bad. You see the cover right there. Alex Ross, what he does with his characters is he tries to really bring the humanity back to these superheroes. So what he will do is he'll take people that he knows, he'll hire models to come in, and he'll photograph them, do different things with lighting, and then he'll sketch out and paint out those people as superheroes. So when you see Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman in these, you'll see that they're not cut necessarily as they are in a lot of other renditions. You'll also see that there's a little more flesh around the face. The lines of age are deepened, and this is because he's actually taking these from real models and basing his art on that. This is a story on biblical proportions. In fact, it starts off with some parts of the Bible from Revelation, and it is a story about the epic battle between the old guard versus the new guard. And this is a battle that we would like to not see taking place. We would love for the new heroes, the new generation of heroes in this story, to have come alongside and been guided by the former heroes. However, that's not how this story plays out. As we begin this story, our protagonist, or really the narrator of the story, Norman McRae, is told that an epic battle, that Armageddon, is coming. And he's guided through this story by our very own version of the Ghost of Christmas Future, which is the Spectre in this story. We find that our heroes have retired after deciding that the public would like a new generation of heroes who do not hold to their same moral compass. And so what we have is the new generation of heroes who have left the heroism behind and really are just about fighting each other, proving their own prowess, proving their own might, and not really the servants of the people anymore. And so in this battle for might makes right, in this battle for who has the bigger guns, Kansas and part of the Midwest is destroyed in a kind of nuclear holocaust that happens when these superpowers fight each other without regard for the public. And so you see this. Superman finds out about this and decides, with Wonder Woman's prompting, that it's time to come back and show these youngsters what heroism actually is and what it means to be a hero. And so, as of course, with any conflict between the young and the old, the younger generation bucks the system at first and does not want to listen to the advice of their elders until finally, through a series of conflicts and really deep storytelling and plot twists, we find the younger generation realizing that they actually do need to look up to the older generation, and we find the older generation coming alongside to guide them as we would have liked for them to the entire time. I cannot give you any negatives to this book because I love the entire thing. I love the whole book. I love the concept. I love the art, and I love the encouragement and the inspiration that you're left with at the end of this book. I also love that they have taken a lot of the elements that we loved from the comic eras before The Dark Knight Returns and The Watchmen, comic characters that were good and that you could count on and that had a moral compass and that really were benefactors for the humanity that they served. And they've kind of restored the need for that in the superhero storytelling. And that's very much what this is, the commentary on how dark things had gotten with the dystopian telling of our heroes and the societies who, in some sense, no longer wanted them. So I'll just close by saying that the Kingdom Come by DC Comics is one of the best books I've ever read. It's definitely, without question, my favorite, and one that I would advise any comic reader and any literature enthusiast, really, to pick up and really just sink your teeth into. And that's Critics Corner for today. I'm Mark Vitito. It's the Leap Program, reviewing Kingdom Come.
Hey guys, it's me, Eric. Welcome to Critics Corner, and today I'll be critiquing Blade, Sins of the Father, written by Mark Guggenheim and illustrated by Howard Chaykin. Now, I'm not familiar with I'm not the most familiar with the Blade series. The way I was introduced to the comic character Blade was through the movie. And sadly, the guy at the comic book store informed me that these things are not being printed anymore. So if you can find copies of this, you better get your hands on them. But I have to say, I did have a very good time with this book. The story follows Blade, the titular character. This time he's going to New England to find out the secret of his father. And along the way he gets wrapped up in a conspiracy having to do with vampires becoming actually immortal to the weaknesses that vampires normally have. And he has to save both himself and a few friends along the way, all the while discovering the secret of his past, and he actually meets his father. The action in this book is really good, but it's very short and very far between. The majority of it is mostly just talking, but don't worry, Blade still comes off as the smart ass we know him as. And he actually, having no arm and no left hand in this book, he goes straight up Ash Williams by replacing his left hand with a gun, as you can see on the cover here. It says in the back of this book that Blade dies, and I'm sad to say that I do not find that anywhere in this book, so it's almost false advertising. But I do know that this is a real good treat for someone who wants to pick it up, especially if you're a fan of the original comics or the movie. But I will warn you, this book is actually another in a series, so you'll have to read the original books that came before this in order to really get what's going on. And as you can see from the cover, this is around the time that Spider-Man was in the black costume, and he does make and he's not just a cameo appearance, he does actually make a very big appearance in the book. In fact, Blade and him go at it, as they say. Overall, I'd say this is a really big fan for vampire fanboys, Blade fanboys, and fanboys of comics in general. So if you happen to find one, they're not in print anymore, but I mean they are in print. They're not being printed anymore. But if you happen to find one on Amazon or eBay or some other site where you can find one, perhaps a flea market, I suggest picking it up. Thank you and goodbye.
Actually, what is many lightsaber chapsticks to me in the Dr. Nash comic book store? basically get the pathways thing. Basically.
What do you like about those, Armin?
Well, what the doctor for obviously just chopsticks, but I can actually tell they were just mini lightsaber things.
Alright, so they're chopsticks, but they're also mini lightsaber things. Was it easy to find a battery for them?
Although it actually did say chopsticks on the box.
It did. Cool. And it's cool that they light up, right?
Yes.
Whose lightsaber are they modeled after? Is that Yoda's lightsaber or Luke Skywalker? Who are they modeled after?
Probably after. Probably just Skywalker.
Anakin Skywalker? Okay. Very cool. And have you used them as chopsticks yet? Or you just play with them?
Okay.
I'm going to turn off the light so we can see how cool they are when they light up, alright? Ready?
Yeah.
Wom, 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 wom. Oh yeah, those are awesome. Very nice. Alright, Armin modeling and reviewing the lightsaber chopsticks.
This building is really, really good. I like Batman has really good sort of. It's like got like really soft area. It's really good. I like fight scene. It's really cool, and it's really innocent, and I kinda like it. I read it every day, and I got it at a comic store, sorta. It's really nice, and I like it. This is my favorite scene ever. Right here, his eyes turn red, and it's really cool. And then this is my favorite part. Right there is really cool. And
Can you
yeah.
tell us what's going on in that story?
Yeah, it's like fight, like just to fight to try to, and then I think he died, and then he won because he is powerful man. I know that.
Show us one of your favorite pages.
This was my favorite.
You like that one?
Yeah, and then
That's your favorite page.
this is my favorite one ever. Right here. This is my favorite one. It is really cool. And then I like the back. It's really nice, and you like it, just buy it, and yeah, it's innocent, and
Would you recommend that would be a book that somebody might enjoy?
yeah, it will. And then kids will read it. It's like my favorite part about this. This is my favorite part. The fire right here. It's like shooting the earth and then destroyed Superman.
The flaming death of fire.
Yeah, fire. And then this is my favorite one ever. in the front that page. This is my favorite one ever. This is like really cool scene ever. It's like you got see those two fighting, and then the Red Eyes is really cool. His teeth's really sharp, and it's really cool, and it's innocent. And this is my favorite one. It's really nice. And
Is there anything you don't like about that book?
well, I don't like him, but he's really mean.
Hmm.
But he's really, you know, his teeth like crooked and his eyes weird, sorta. And it's kind of creepy. And this is my favorite scene ever. And that's it. So thank you and have a good day.